say maybe are the biggest one, two, or three biggest takeaways that have made the biggest impact in your business?
Listing presentation is one of the biggest takeaways for me that's been wonderful. When you can come up with a sales strategy, marketing the home to be the obvious choice, the limiting of the showings to create that sense of urgency, that has been extremely amazing when I explain that to the clients. They love that, and that has helped me win the listings.
All right, so in this video, I'm going to share another conversation, another interview I do with one of our students inside of our Listing Agent Academy program. She's going to walk you through her entire journey with her and I working together for the past year and how she earned $100,000 in her very first year in real estate. And the reason why I'm sharing this conversation with you is because that is really what our goal is with agents that join the Listing Agent Academy coaching system, is to add an additional $100,000 a year or more to their income in their first year in working with us. And so as you're watching this interview, if you're potentially considering hiring a coach, getting into coaching, making the investment in yourself, and perhaps having a conversation with us about working together, I would invite you to do that. I'm going to put a link. I'll put it right underneath this video. You can schedule a day and time that works for you. We can have a good conversation, have the opportunity to ask each other some questions, and then through that conversation, decide if potentially right now is the time for us to work together. And if now's not the right time, it's all good. I will continue to make videos here on YouTube so that you can get into a place that maybe one day in the future we can consider working together. So with that, let's jump right into the interview. What market are you selling in, and how long have you been in the business?
So I'm in the Fort Worth, Texas area, and I kind of will go about 30 miles outside of where I live, so Tarrant County, Texas, if you will. And this is actually my 10th month since October of 2022.
Very cool. So, I am always kind of curious. Before we started working together, what were some of the big issues or challenges in your business? Because you're newer to the industry. What were some of those things you were looking to solve, or the problems you had when you said, "Hey, I've got to get help"?
Yes, very good question. So, first of all, just sales training. The sales training that I was getting from my brokerage really didn't sit well with my personality. Their training was basically call the people ask if they know anybody that wants to buy or sell. And if they say they're ready to buy or sell, but maybe in 6 months, try to convince them to sell now. And that really didn't work very well for me. It wouldn't work for me if somebody had called me with that. So kind of just sales training was one of my problems. Philosophy of sales training. Also systems and processes. May I share a story with you?
Please, that'd be great.
Okay. So I was enrolled in my coaching at my brokerage, and I was very blessed. I got a listing appointment like my first 2 weeks after getting my license. Of course, I have no idea what to do with it. So I called the coach and I asked him, okay, is there like a checklist of what I need to do from here? And his response to me was like, well, you got to figure that out for yourself. Everything is every situation is different. And I was like, so I have to reinvent the wheel? You have been doing this how many years and you can't provide me any checklist? Then I come to find out that on our platform, there were listing presentations, which there's your checklist. So I was very disappointed with the coaching, number one, that I was being provided with. So I very quickly got out of the coaching. And so I had some great mentors. One of them is also one of our, in our program, Sherry Kabansky, always willing to help me and take calls. So I had great mentors, but they could only do so much. I mean, I needed a little bit more intense. I'm an analytical type person. I wanted systems and processes. So I was looking for that. And the way I found you was the last thing I was having a problem with. So they teach us to, call your sphere of influences. And I happen to know a lot of people. I used to own a restaurant. My ex-husband's a bit of a local celebrity in town. So I know tons of people, but once you get through 500 calls or whatever it was, I didn't know who to call or what to do anymore. So I was on YouTube looking, I don't know what I put in there, maybe how to find business as a real estate agent, and you popped up. And I saw a video of you. I actually found it. I don't know if you can see this on the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Yes.
And yeah, actually, the picture's not that big. Anyway, I don't know if you saw it, but I watched that video of you with him, and I literally was in tears because
Mm.
I knew that that was what I needed. I thought you were so patient with him, but yet firm. And I liked the negative type of question. I thought that was an amazing thought. I was like, whoa, I couldn't believe that. And I thought you were just so patient with him, yet firm. And I saw him grow in my very eyes in that hour. He got better. And so I knew right away that um, your system was what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. I mean, that's a great story. And how long ago was that when you decided to join Listing Agent Academy?
It was in December when I first watched that video. I think I joined pretty much probably by maybe like a week later. I scheduled my consultation and joined in mid-December. I think I saw something where you should start that January 1st was the best day to start calling. So my goal was to get ready so at least I could start dipping my toe in the water on January 1st. So I started the process sometime in mid-December, and I did make calls January 1st, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What if you kind of had to look back over your time with you and I working together, what would you say are I mean, I know we work on a lot of different things, you and I, but like, what would you say maybe are the biggest one, two, or three biggest takeaways that have made the biggest impact in your business?
The listing presentation. Uh, listing presentation here.
I love
Uh,
it.
this is amazing. This is gold. It gives you, I mean, my first listing presentation, they didn't even tell me there were listing presentations available to me, but having a plan in your head, and having the cheat sheet in the listing presentation,
Yes.
what we're going to talk about, to me, if you can bring that and having this provides confidence also when you're at a meeting. So the listing presentation is one of the biggest takeaways for me that's been wonderful. The sales strategy, when you can come up with a sales strategy, marketing the home to be the obvious choice, the limiting of the showings to create that sense of urgency, that has been extremely amazing when I explain that to the clients. They love that. And that has helped me win the listings. And just the sales training itself, the cold calling, the scripts. I mean, there's so many things.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess let's rewind for a second. You know, going back to December, you're a brand new agent. Maybe you had this sense of overwhelm. You felt like, you know, you weren't getting maybe the support you thought you should be getting at your brokerage. You started looking for some help, you know, and you made the decision to get into coaching, which I think is you deserve a lot of credit. And the reason I say that is there's a lot of new agents that won't do that. They won't invest in themselves. And for many different reasons, my question for you is when you decided to do that, I don't know if you'd had ever invested in yourself before, if you've ever been into coaching before. What were some of your concerns at the beginning where you said, okay, I'm going to do this. I don't know. I think it's going to be the right move, but you didn't know what you didn't know. What were some of those early concerns when you first joined our program?
I gotta say, I know that it's a big investment. Of course, it's a financial investment, but you're going to pay that one way or the other. Whether you pay it to
Mm.
your coaching at your brokerage or you just pay it in making mistakes on your own. Once I saw your videos and once I watched your video that you have in there when you're doing the consultation, I gotta say, and after I watched the video with you, with like the one I just showed in your open house video too, I really didn't have any concerns. I just knew this was going to be for me. And for me, investing in myself, I just believe in doing that. So
Sure.
I really didn't have I knew it was going to work.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I mean, and here's the again, you deserve a lot of credit. Why? Because you know, it's very rare that you don't show up for a coaching call. It's very rare that you're not giving back to the community. It's very rare that you're not engaged. And so you've been a phenomenal student
Thank
so
you.
far. And so you deserve the credit that you're getting now. And so why don't we talk about what's been happening over the past month or so with your business and what things look like and some of the results you're getting.
Awesome, awesome. So I've had 4 closed transactions to date so far. 3 of those were for referral sphere of influence. The last one, which is the one that closed about 2 weeks ago, is probably the one I'm most proud of. It was a probate call through this system. And, somebody I did not know called her up and met with her and got the listing. And now she's done and sold, used your methodology of pricing the house and price bracketing, putting everything that we've learned into one. And she was an awesome client with an awesome house, but just using the whole system and having a great result, 25,000 over list price, got it sold in 3 days, limited the showings like you suggest. I mean, it was just beautiful. So that's been my result as of now. I also have now 6 listings coming up all through this program. One was an expire that I called on back, I don't know, February, March, and the other ones are all probates. So I'll have 6. My goal is to have 10 closed by the end of the year. I'm going to probably surpass that. So like I said, I've got 6 listings coming up all through this program.
It's amazing.
And so I'm super excited.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. And so you've found your niche in probate. That's kind of your wheelhouse. And just like we recommend, it's like, hey, find your superpower, and you've done that and you're doing really well, And so in your market, if you do 10, 12 closings, what kind of income will that represent with your GCI or commissions earned?
Generally speaking, well, I actually calculated it.
Sure.
If I do the 6 closings by the end of the year, that'll be about 60,000.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Good. So
I like that.
yeah. And so that'll be kind of your first full year in the business. And so you've got the 60K plus. Yeah, go ahead.
Plus the other 4 that I already had. So it'll probably end up being about close to 100.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. So that's really our goal, right? Is for somebody to get to 100K their first year, and you're gonna be right there or thereabouts. So that's amazing. So for people that are just joining the Listing Agent Academy, so all the new people, this was you, 6-7 months ago. What advice could you give them so that they can start getting results as fast as possible?
Just do the work. I mean, if there is no way that if you do this work that you won't be successful. I mean, if you put the time in and start from the beginning, figure out your mindset, because one thing you say in the beginning is, it's going to be hard. You're excited at first, then you're going to hit like, oh my goodness. So start from the beginning, but jump right into. Don't wait too long. Do the work. Trust the process. Enjoy the process. I mean, this is pretty fun. I mean, this is a fun business. I mean, enjoy it. Just do the work. Trust the process. And I actually made myself a note. There was something else I'm forgetting. Oh, yes, I know what I was going to say. Get on the calls. Don't and do them live. I mean, that way you're engaged and ask the questions. And I would also suggest when you're doing the Thursday role play calls, always raise your hand and go. I mean, even if you're not ready. I mean, there are days I'm not ready. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. But if I'm on that call, I'm going to get my money's worth. I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to go. So, I mean, even if you mess up, and there are some days I don't do as well as others, it doesn't really matter. It's fun.
Yeah. No, it's great advice, because just like I said a few minutes ago, that has been, I think, as a coach, I want everybody to take advantage of everything that we do. And I love the fact that you do, right? You're showing up on our Monday coaching calls. You're showing up in our Thursday skills training. You're engaged in our community. You're doing the work. You're asking for help. And so that's great advice. I mean, if our new students are watching or listening to this, get engaged. You're here anyways. And so you've made the investment to be here. Now it's time to get the result. And so last one for me would be, what about for maybe agents that will watch this interview just like you did about a year ago on YouTube? What about all those people that watch the interviews like this that are saying, I don't know, should I work with Brandon? Should I not work with Brandon? Should I join this thing? Should I not? Is there any words of maybe, what would you share with those folks?
Well, I think one of the things that helped me make this decision was watching that video that you have on the consultation page, where you talk about what to expect. You set some proper expectations and really think about whether or not this type of business is for you. I just think it's been amazing. It's provided it teaches you how to be a real estate agent. I mean, sales technique, systems and processes, lead generation. There's so much. There's so much I can't even get to it all. You know, it's a forever process. And if you're thinking about it, you just jump on in.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And listen, like we were saying off air, I mean, everybody on our team here, it always says like it's such a pleasure working with Jen Chandler because you do the work, you're coachable, you have no ego, you're willing to learn. And so we thank you for that. And we also thank you for doing what you're doing right now. You continue to pour back into the community. So we're excited to watch you grow. And I just want to tell you, it's been a real pleasure working with you as well.
It's been fun. I got something else I want to tell you real quick if I can.
Sure.
I remember seeing other calls with you or any other Zooms where you like are interviewing Gigi or interviewing Asher. And I thought to myself, I want to be one of those agents. And then here I am. So I think believing in yourself and putting that stuff out there in the world, in the energy, creating your vision is super important. So thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, and I'm excited for you I can't wait to see where you're going to get a year from now, because now that you have the skills, and I guess that's a good way to end, you know, have you thought about 2024? And because here's what's going to happen. Now you have a pipeline. Now you have a skill set. Now you've got some confidence. Have you thought about your goal for 2024 at all?
You know, I have to admit, I have not. I've got these 6 that are coming up, and I'm one of those people. I got to focus on my bandwidth. I know what I can do, and once I get started with some of these and get some of these rolling, that's a very good thing. I will need to think about. But no, I'm too concerned about getting one of the things that's really important to me is providing excellent service.
Absolutely.
So that's my main focus, on getting these 6 sold.
Yeah, smart. And it's great.
And happy client, and sold them with happy clients.
That's right, because those happy clients can turn into more happy clients next year. So
the way it works. Yeah.
Jen, thank you so much. We wish you all the best, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
See you on Monday.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.